Hi, budgeters. It's Sahara, the budget coach. The essential question for today is, why don't people address poor money situations? Why don't people address poor money situations? It's really sad when I come in contact with people who cannot face the facts in terms of where they are financially or who ignore their financial situations altogether. And it leaves me to question, how are you going to move forward successfully in a financial space if you can't even look at your finances or address where you are and talk about how to move forward? So today we're going to talk about, from my perspective, why people don't address their poor money situations. And if you have any suggestions about why this is, then you can comment below. But I'm also hoping that I can provide some suggestions for moving forward in terms of how to actually acknowledge where you are financially and hopefully develop a plan for success in order to just move forward financially. All right. So, why don't people address poor money situations? So, first and foremost, it takes acknowledgement. You have to see yourself for what you truly are, or see your finances for what they really are, and understand that this is not where you want to be, right? So, a couple of things I said. I said you have to see yourself for what you really are. Because sometimes your financial situation is not about low income, it's not about a lot of bills that you have coming in or expenses, but sometimes your financial situation is about you. And sometimes it's about you not planning. Sometimes it's about you not figuring out how much money you have coming in or how much you have going out. Sometimes it's about that overspending. And sometimes it's just really looking at yourself. And sometimes it's not about the money at all, just like what I said. So it takes acknowledgement about who you are. And it takes acknowledging your financial situation, all in all, in determining that, hey, this is not where I want to be. And I am trying to just find a path forward, whatever that forward looks for you. I know I say a financial path forward or success, but that looks different for different people. Sometimes it can look like paying off debt, or sometimes it can look like putting money in investments. Whatever that situation is for you, you have to acknowledge, hey, this is where I am, this is where I want to be, and what is the plan to move forward. So then that's another reason why people get stuck and they don't address their poor money situations, is because it takes action, right? You have to put a plan in place and say, hey, first I'm going to do this. This is going to be second, third, and this is how I'm going to get to my end goal. And sometimes those action steps take change, it takes behavioral change. And some people are not really willing to do that at certain periods in their life, or some people are not really willing to change at all. But if you want to see a change in your financial situation, you have to do some things differently. You can't just be the same. Another reason why people don't address their poor money situations is because sometimes it takes letting others down. Sometimes we talk about our kids and we always want to give our kids everything that we never had. But if I'm going to get out of debt, or if I'm going to invest a little bit more, then I have to let you down, and I may have to tell you no about some things. No, we cannot go to the movies this week. No, we are not able to go on that family vacation this year. There are some things that I might have to say no about. And that goes hand in hand with those sacrifices and changing your relationships with others. Sometimes people come to us and say, "Hey, how much money you got? Hey, can I borrow some money?" The answer has to be no. But we don't want to address those situations because we don't want to let people down. But we have to if we're going to move forward. And you have to change the idea of who you've been. Maybe you cannot be a shot caller anymore. What is it? Big baller shot caller? You can That's not who you are anymore. Maybe you're not popping bottles in the club anymore. That's not who you are anymore because you have to take take it take your money situation to a new level, or you have to take responsibility for this situation that you're in and how to move forward. So sometimes it takes changing who you've been. And that's okay. And that's okay. The name brands sometimes going to have to go. And there are other reasons why people don't address their poor money situations. And please comment on those below. So, how do I move forward? How to address your negative money situations? You need a plan. Definitely plan. So, you need to acknowledge where you are and where you want to be. And then you have to plan to get from where you are to where you want to be. So those are those goals. Write down where I am. Right now I have negative $75,000 or $75,000 in debt, which is negative $75,000. Where do I want to be? I want to be debt free. That's your goal. So what is the plan to change that situation? Maybe every check, instead of paying that minimum balance on that debt, I'm going to double that. Or maybe I'm going to triple that. Or maybe I'm going to get a side hustle and contribute all my side hustle money to that. What is your plan? And then you got to tell others around you, hey, listen, I have a new plan. I'm changing the way that I do things. And that means that I'm going to change the way that I interact with you. I'm going to change that $50 every week I give you. Tell them. Make it very clear. Make it very plain. And then you can't care what they think. So what? So what? You're not wearing the name brands anymore. So what? You're not giving so and so $100 no more. So what? You're not buying those fancy gifts for Christmas no more. So what? We're doing things different. That's not who I am anymore. And I'm okay with moving forward. And if you're not okay with me moving forward, then that's on you. But I'm moving forward now. And the only way that I can do that is to cut back on some things that I'm providing to you. And that is all okay. That is all okay. Sometimes to change who you are, you got to change who you hang with. Sometimes. And it's okay. All right. So I hope that you have enjoyed this video, and I hope that you find a path forward for whatever your money goals are. The only way to do that, though, is to address the situation that you're in. Have a good day, budgeters.